Welcome back to another video by yours truly. And in this video, we are going to go over the Queen and King endgame. This is part 2 of my Endgames You Must Know chess series. So without further ado, let's get started. So the King and the Queen versus the King. We're going to use a method from our previous lesson with the two rooks and versus king, and that is the box. So let's introduce the box again. The box creates a kind of border or fence, which kind of extends along the rank and file which the queen is guarding. So this keeps the king in the box in a very limited way. So the king cannot go to these squares because the king controls them. So let's say king here, and the fastest way to uh, mate the king is by just mirroring the movements of the king in a knight-like fashion. Kind of this way, wherever the king moves, the queen just comes in and does it. This is the fast way to do it. Here, and here, here, and then you must bring your king. Unlike the two rooks versus the king, the queen always needs a helper to checkmate the enemy king. The queen can never checkmate by herself. And there you have it. There is the queen and king endgame. Let's go over it again. So in the queen and king versus the king endgame, um, white must drive black to the edge of the board. And with the queen, and then bring the king over. So if the king is driven this way, white needs to bring the king over while simultaneously driving the king back. So in this position, the queen follows the king's moves in a knight fashion. Notice the knight's square around it. And this way you can limit the number of squares no matter where the king moves. This is just a very fast way to do it. And there's your checkmate. Common pitfalls. Sometimes the king will go into the corner and then the queen will come here and oops, it's a stalemate. Uh-oh. The king can't move. There's not a check and it's a stalemate. And another common pitfall is to do something like this. And here is another stalemate pattern. Oops. The king cannot move, and the black king is not in check. This is a draw. And I think those are the only two real pitfalls you have to look out for in the king and queen ending. So going all the way back, use the box, mirror the king's movements in a knight pattern, drive the king to the edge of the board, stop using your queen once the king gets to the edge of the board, and then bring your king over to deliver checkmate. So that is the king and queen versus the king checkmate. It's one of the basic checkmates in endgames. And you must fully master this endgame if you want to be a good chess player. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.